honey yard, dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh there with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey yard, dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is preseason football on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Los Angeles Chargers. With that, let's get out to Southern California with the call from Los Angeles.
Coach, thanks. We're about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and our home team. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership. That's what he's trying to accomplish.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
An opening for Chubb on first down as he dashes forward for about 7. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Owens. He's got it to Williams. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. On 1st and 10, Owens sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to keep it here. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. To throw on 2nd down. Owens. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Owens. And that will be incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Badgley able to punch this one through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So they'll likely get a few more drives before we see the second team, but a good start for the first unit with 3 points.
Yeah, good start, and now they want to see them build on it because you're exactly right. They'll get a few more drives at this stage of the preseason. Can they continue to evolve and add to what we just saw in the first drive?
So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about it.
And right away, he lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, LA.
Good job.
So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have for short.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
58 is the mark. 58. Yeah. He can't hit. He's not going to get back.
Looking to throw. Pearson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Well, let's take a look here at the offense for Minnesota.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the 2 guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Pearson. And he's able to find Diggs. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. On 1st down, Pearson. It's complete to Diggs. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. A first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. The starters on defense here for Los Angeles.
And defensive tackle Aaron Donald, when you evaluate him, you're looking for flaws. You can't find any. This guy has the ability to single-handedly take over a game.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 13 yards out, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. Definitely the last thing you want to see here in a preseason game. We'll be right back. On 3rd down, Owens got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. He'll field this at the 5. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process...
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Aaron Donald in there for sack number 127 in his great career, moving him past Kansas City Hall of Famer Derek Thomas on the all-time list.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through it.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Here we go. Go. Hey, echo.
Throwing on 1st down. Pearson. And Diggs has it. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
You ain't doing nothing with that. You draw Porter. Hey, box drop. Jim. Ready.
Back to throw. Pearson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
High 7.
Throwing again. Pearson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Pearson. And that will be incomplete as well.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the out route, tried to sell it hard. And as a receiver, what you're really trying to do is maneuver a defender inside to give yourself a little more cushion breaking to the out. But how about the defender reading it really well, not buying the fake or the maneuver inside, and getting to the sideline and helping break up the pass?
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 6. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Set 50, plant. Mike 54. Mike 54. It's got to go.
To throw on 3rd down. Owens. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Mike 54. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. The team spill. Hey, exit. 54. What's the run? They're running it. Hey. Let's go.
On 3rd down, Pearson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Desmond King picks it.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. Owens. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 3rd and long. Owens. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 1st and 10. Owens. It's complete to Williams. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Chubb on the counter. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Badgley able to knock this one through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively off. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So we've hit halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this second half.
Come on now, let's go. Ready, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Undercrush. He's 6'6", bullet high. Mike 50. Rip right. Jumper. Down.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Safety's creeping. 25.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pearson. And the pressure gets to him again. Aaron Donald in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Ready?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Looking to throw. Pearson. And that is incomplete. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
Ready. 55. General West. 55. Let's go. Check. Ready.
They begin this drive with Chubb, and it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw. Owens. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. The reception good for 7. It's third down. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Off the play fake. Owens. He completes it to Henry. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, 62 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Come on, fellas.
And now out comes Minnesota. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The run on first down gets them a couple up to the 27. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road in just one big play. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's got his man Hilton. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on it. Really well done. Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything. But in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings. On first down, Pearson. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. They'll run on first down. Campbell. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 36, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A gain there of 21 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Looking to throw. Herman. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On 4th down, Herman. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Okay, it was 4th down, but you still had time here in the fourth quarter. Instead, they make the decision to go for it on their own side of the field, and this ball winds up getting intercepted.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Buchanan, and he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. The Chargers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Ryan. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run on 1st down with Jackson. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and then get anywhere close to a 1st down.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 10, and time, a huge factor. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 49. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as